You know that feeling, right? That quiet, kind of persistent sense that something in your life is about to change. It's not some loud alarm going off, it's more like a subtle shift in the air, like you're standing right on the edge of a new season. Well, today we're going to explore a framework for how to navigate that exact feeling. So let's dive right in. And this quote, man, it really gets to the heart of it all. We so often think that big life changes have to come with all this stress and struggle and pressure. But what if? What if the biggest, most profound shifts aren't forced at all? What if they actually come from a place of deep, intentional alignment? That's the huge idea we're going to unpack together. Okay, so how do we actually find this alignment? Well, the source material lays out a really clear four-step framework for us. I want you to think of it like a roadmap for your journey. It's a way for you to consciously participate in this shift instead of just, being swept along for the ride. All right, let's jump into step one. This is the absolute foundation, the starting block for everything else. And honestly, it might not be what you're expecting. This first step is so countercultural, isn't it? When we want change, what's our first instinct? To get busy, to hustle, to make things happen. But this framework, it asks for the complete opposite. It's asking us to just be still, to get quiet. The whole idea here is that real guidance, it comes as a whisper, a quiet instruction, not in the middle of some chaotic storm we've created for ourselves. So the real challenge? It's to simply listen and fight that urge to control the outcome. And it's really only from that place of stillness that this next step even becomes possible. Because once you finally quiet all that outside noise, you can start to hear what you actually need to do next. Okay, now this is a big one. What's so powerful here is the reframing of letting go. We usually see it as a failure, right, or a loss, but here it's framed as an act of obedience. As you start moving into a new season, you've got to be brutally honest about what and even who can't come along. And listen, this isn't about being cruel. It's just about recognizing that some things serve their purpose for a specific chapter, and holding on to them just keeps you from turning the page. So once you've started to release what's holding you back, the focus naturally shifts inward. And that brings us right to step number 3, which is all about that internal work. So here's the deal, and this is absolutely crucial. Before you can do something new, you have to be someone new. This whole step is about strengthening who you are on the inside. It's about getting crystal clear on your identity, your values, your core beliefs. And why is that so important? Well, you can't build a skyscraper on the foundation of a shed, right? A new season demands a new version of you. That internal work has to come before you even think about external plans or strategies. Okay, so let's recap. You've found stillness. You've released the old. You've strengthened your internal foundation. It's only now that you're truly ready for step 4, actually taking action. And this just perfectly captures the huge shift in motivation that comes with the new season. It's really all about shedding the ego. Your actions, they're no longer about proving your worth or performing for some audience or desperately seeking validation from others. Instead, it's about moving forward with a pure, clean intention. Now, underneath all 4 of these steps, there's really one single foundational choice. It's a choice between 2 totally different ways of operating in the world. So on one side, you've got pressure, and that's the world's way, right? It's all about hustle, force, strive, control. But on the other side, you have peace, and that is the way of alignment. It's about listening, releasing, obeying, trusting. The source material couldn't be clearer on this. You're not being asked to hustle your way into your next season. You're being asked to align with it. And that means you have to consciously choose peace over pressure. Okay, look, this whole framework is beautiful, but I know what you're thinking. How do I make this real in my own life? Well, that's what we're moving into right now, how to put this all into practice. The source gives us 3 super concrete steps we can take, starting today. Think of this as your personal call to action. Okay, first, based on everything we've talked about, I want you to identify just one thing you feel you're being asked to release. It could be a habit, a relationship, a mindset, whatever. Second, identify one thing you're being asked to strengthen. That's that internal identity work we just talked about. And third, take one small, tangible step forward in obedience. Today, not tomorrow, today. And all of this, every single step, it all leads to one central message. This is the ultimate goal of the entire process. I really want you to let this sink in for a second. all the striving, all the forcing, all the hustling in the world, it will not build what is truly meant for you. Your next great chapter, it's going to emerge not from your sheer effort, but from your alignment and your willingness to just follow those quiet instructions. That right there is the fundamental takeaway. So I'm going to leave you with this question. And listen, this isn't about mapping out the next 5 years of your life. It's way simpler than that. It's about the very next step. After everything we've just walked through together, what is the one simple next step in obedience that you can take today?